Hey there. As you know, I really like Japanese locks. I think I've mentioned that before. And they're weird, weird mechanisms sometimes, crazy amounts of pins, fun to pick usually, almost always, few exceptions. And there are a couple of really nice ones that are on top of my list to pick. The Opnus Memolis, the Opnus MMX2, crazy hard, not that fun to pick until now, because I haven't managed to open mine. I'd really like to get my hands on a West 941 that has a stupid amount of pins, I think over 30. And this is also one of them, the Gold Grand V. Recently I picked the Gold V18, and this is basically its bigger brother. Gold V18 can have up to 19 pins, and this one has 24 in 3 rows. Another difference is this one actually has some wording that does get in the way. A lot of comparisons as well, spools, a couple of standard drivers, but mostly spool pins. Overmilling on the plug, I'll show that later. Yeah, I'll just start to pick. I'll try to talk you through it. I hope I don't fall silent when I have to focus too much. And if it gets too boring, I'll try to remember to put a timestamp in the description to open and when I start to gut. But let's just go. I'm going to start setting the standard drivers. They're paired with low lift key pins. There are 2 in the front, on one left, one right, that I need to nudge. Okay, and then 4 on the left. There we go. It's quite tight, especially with the low lifts in the front, and there's a 0 lift on 2 on the right as well. It's sometimes difficult to get my flag past it. 6 on the right. Yep. Ideally, I'd use a different flag, my multi-pick one, because it has a thinner shaft, but that's also more flexible, and that flexibility means I lose feedback for the pins in the back. So I like this one better, the bare bones for this lock. I think all the standard drivers are set now. Go to the left spool pins. 5 on the left. Nice. 6. Yep. 7 is a 0 lift. 8. 2. Yes. 3 on the left now. Bit crunchy, but I think that's set. Let's check the rest real quick. For now, I'm happy with the left. Go to the right. 5. Yep. 6 was a low lift. 7. Nice click. Bit of movement. 8. 4. And 3. those bind together a little bit, so I was going back and forth chapping them, but they feel okay now. And before I go to the top pins, I'm going to check the left. Okay. I'm going to try to set the top pins with this Moki. Usually it works very well. But sometimes orientation, finding the pin and making sure I'm on it is a bit difficult with it. So I might switch to a deep round hook later, but because this is flat and a little bit thicker, it does stay on the pins a bit. The round hook wants to slide off a little bit. So 1, okay, 2, 3, yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I'm counting wrong because this is 8 and I don't think I missed one. Counting is difficult. Yeah. I do think everything is set in the top. Three on the left dropped. Two nice clicks out of that one. It was stuck in the overmilling. 5, 6, 8. Let's go to the right again. 4. Yes. 3. And I don't think they're completely set, but I'm switching to my nice old steak knife pick because I found out that a lot of the times I'm not able to really set the 3rd and 4th pin on the right with my other flag. That's 3, 4, 5 dropped on the left, 6 as well. Maybe I missed something in the top. Don't think so. 4, 3 again. Yeah, I think so. 4 again, maybe. 2, 3, 4. I'm missing something, probably something in the overmilling. 5 dropped again. Picked. Okay. As you can see, it's open. I will not turn it farther than this, because when I do, the bottom of the keyway is wider than the pins. If I rotate too far, the driver pins will be launched in the keyway, and I could mess up springs. So let's lock it up again, and I got it. Be careful if you have a lock like this that you can't use a normal Phillips screwdriver. This is Japanese format screws. I think it's JIS, Japanese industry standard. And if you use a normal Phillips screwdriver, you are at risk to strip the screws. And that goes for all Japanese locks. Okay, put that over here. Let's show you the plug real quick. As you can see, this is very nice. It has caps on the Bible, so I can just carefully remove those, and got the lock that way, so I don't have to use a follower or something like that. I'm starting with the left. Do I have enough room here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't. I do not. How am I going to do this? Yeah, I'm going to get an extra tray for the top. All right, like I said, start with the left. Yep, this is loose. Very careful, because these pins want to fly all over the place. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'll put 8 over here. Tweezers. standard driver on one. I'll show a close-up of the pins later. I want to gut this now before I lose anything. 3. See, I'm making a mistake already. This is 3, this is 4. I need to stay focused, getting a normal look. 24 pins is just scary, especially with these springs. 7. And 8 over there. Let me think. I'll do the right next. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 over here. One, and 2, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. The counting helps me focus, or my mind will go everywhere, and then I'll make a mistake. And this is 8. Okay, so that's left, right, and I'll use this for the top. Take it slow. 1 and 2 springs. 3. My hands are getting sweaty. And that's dangerous because the pins will stick, but they are too small to use those tweezers. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, that was the most scary part. One, 2, Oh no, it's still 1. This is 2. Three, 4, 5, almost there, 6, 7, and finally 8. I'm going to put this on the top again because they are the top pins. Now I have to be very careful. Let's make some room. I don't want to remove the circlip above the pins because if I drop something it will be a mess. So remove this circlip. I will put the key in because it will rotate freely now. There. Maybe if you remember a couple of weeks ago when I picked the Golf V18, I couldn't remove the plug because of the tailpiece. This is the same type of tailpiece, but there was a small lip here, and I used a file to remove that. So I think forgot about those. The ball bearings. They jumped at me. At least I still have the springs. There are 2 ball bearings in here. I might have caught them. Yep, I can see one. I don't want them to drop to the ground. Yep, I can see them both. One is on my leg and the other one on the chair. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's carefully. You see these holes? That's where the ball bearing goes. One on the other side. Something else dropped. I think that was an anti-drill pin. You learn as you got. Did I catch that? I did. Superhuman reflexes. No more surprises. Good. So let's start with the plug. I have it here already. A little bit more light. So, as you can see, there is the overmilling. The onboarding. And the overmilling is on all sides. The housing is pretty standard. Nothing special there. The pins. Let's show some pins, tweezers. Start with the drivers. All the driver pins are hollow on one side. The springs go in there. This is a standard one. pins look like this. There's a small lip, it's tapered a bit, and there's a small lip. Carefully lift to give an overview. The left, and there, number 8, and the right row with number 8, and these are the top pins. One thing to point out, I really like that, and this goes for all the rows, that the pin stacks are balanced. So if there's a longer key pin, the driver is short, and short key pin, the drivers are longer. So very nice. Okay, I'm going to take my time to reassemble this very carefully. Thanks a lot for watching, and have a nice day.